Okay, let's see what I'm teaching today. I think a Vinyasa class would be great. Kind of all levels. And the squats are nice to do on the balance board. It's the years of skateboarding. Still got the balance. I'm still able to do kickflips. All these actually is what brought me into yoga, because I messed up my back from years and years of skateboarding and jumping down the stairs. It was not good for my spine as a teenager. And then I got injured and wanted to heal, and that's how I discovered the practice. Purely physical entrance to the practice, as it happens for most people, but I was already meditating at that time for many years. And then I was like, wow, there's this thing, yoga, with all the movements and meditation and breathwork and philosophy and the whole way of living. And here we are, many years later. So let's do a Vinyasa class without the balancing board. Hey friends, welcome to class. Thank you so much for being here today and wanting to practice with me. But most importantly, thank you for taking the time to wanting to practice for yourself and to invest in yourself, to take the time to move, to breathe, to meditate, to connect more to the stillness within, so you can come back to the center in your heart. And from there you can then take action, interact, and go about your day. My name is Flo. Welcome to class. Today is a 30-minute Vinyasa flow practice, all levels, moving in all directions, with a little bit more focus on specific fascia training methods and specific and good input for the fascia, the connective tissue in our body. There will be some more standing poses today, but it's overall a well-rounded class, as all the classes we teach. All you need for the class today is your mat. If you have props like blocks or bolsters or anything that you would like to use, please get that now, and I will meet you on your back in half Shavasana with the legs bent. So come onto the mat, come onto your back. We'll take just a moment to arrive, so waste no time. Bend the knees, close your eyes, place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Allow the body to melt and be supported by Mother Earth beneath you. Notice the rise and fall of the belly and the chest as you breathe without controlling the breath yet. And give yourself permission first to fully be here. I know it sometimes takes a lot to make the time to be on the mat, but you're here. So for the next 30 minutes or so, it's all about you and this practice. Everything else that's occupying you, you can put aside and come back to it later. It will still be there in 30 minutes, or maybe it's resolved because it was something internal and you don't need it anymore. But chances are that after a practice like this, you can look at the things from a different, I would say, a better perspective. That's more supportive, that's more helpful, with more kindness and love. Many things then are already resolved, and some things still need action, and you can take good action on them. Set up a breath that works well for you. I ask you to keep your lips sealed throughout the practice, so that you're breathing only through the nose. Notice what's happening in the belly, in the chest as you breathe, and dial in a rhythm and a cadence that works well for you. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds inhale, 4 or 5 seconds exhale. Especially the exhale is very important, and we all breathe way too much, way too fast. Especially with the exhale, we need to lengthen the exhale, make it slower, longer. You can continue to keep your eyes closed if you wish. Bring your hands next to your body, palms facing down. Bring the heels closer to the hips. Press into the heels to lift the hips up as high as it feels accessible to you. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest. And continue to breathe and set your intention as you're in this position. What is it that you want to focus on, pay special attention to, maybe let go of? What want you to let go of that's kind of holding you back from reaching your fullest potential? Often it's something internal, some doubts, some fears, some insecurities. And as we dive more into the love within and the trust, those things start to transcend and disappear and dissolve. As we start to feel the physical body a bit more, deepen the breath. Just here for about 2-3 more deep breaths. And it's my breath count, so it's a bit slower. Maybe it's faster than yours. Take a last deep breath in. On your exhale, slowly lower the hips down to the ground. Keep the feet as they are. Simply bring the knees together and start to windshield viper nice and slow. The knees over to the right and over to the left. It's not about going very deep here. It's more about moving very slowly so you can fully feel all the areas in your body that are working. If you want to learn more about this form of movement, I recommend the classes, workshops, and the book from Feldenkrais called Awareness Through Movement, ATM. Really good. Good practice in addition to everything else you're doing. Come back to center. We'll come into a boat pose. Blink your eyes open. Maybe grab the feet or the legs to rock forward. Point the feet forward, shins parallel to the ground. Reach the hands forward, then connect your fingertips. And we do a few reps of Russian twists, or stay here perfectly fine. We rotate to the right, the hands come down to the ground. Through center, over to the left. Close to the ground. Over to the right. Now the hands are on the same height as your shoulders. Over to the left. Over to the right. Now the same height as your head. And to the left. Reverse it. Top right. Middle left. Middle right. Bottom left. Bottom right. One more round. Bottom left. Middle right. Middle left, top right, top left, top right, reverse it, middle left, middle right, bottom left, bottom right. Back to boat. And we come into a tabletop. Cross the ankles, roll over the knees. For a quick but very necessary wrist warm-up. Come onto the toes, slide the hands back, keep the arms straight, and lean with the shoulders forward over the hands and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift forward more, hold it there. Breathe deeply into the wrists. And lean back. Rotate the hands so that the fingertips are pointing out to the sides. Bring the wrists closer together. Lean over to the right, to the left. Right, left. 2 more each side. Back to center and now forward and back. Feel the weight shift between the thumbs and the pinky fingers. Between the deep front arm line and the deep back arm line. Very good. Sit on the heels. Shake out the hands. And let's come into a plank pose. Extend the legs back. Push the ground away, firm into the inner hands. Engage the glutes. Draw the navel up and in. Externally rotate the upper arms a bit more. Come back to your intention, come back to your breath. And send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice, move around, do whatever feels good. 5 breaths or so here for you to just arrive. Slowly come back to downward facing dog. From here, roll through the spine forward to a plank pose. Nice and slow. And roll back. And we want to take about 5 seconds now to roll forward into plank. So make the transition time 5 seconds. And then we hold for 5 seconds, plank, and then we roll back for 5 seconds. So start the movement, come forward to plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in downward facing dog. Start to walk the feet forward between the hands. Take a deep breath in, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Grab the opposite elbows. Interlace your arms. Let the head, the upper body hang heavy. Keep your legs straight if you can. But try to keep the weight a bit more into the toes so we're not shifting the hips back so much. Just to try something a bit different, giving some different input into the body. And then feel free to stay here if you want, or you can bring the hands behind your head. And we start to bounce, but reach the crown of the head down towards the floor. And it's kind of fast in the rhythm. We're doing about 20 of those. So the count is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop the bouncing, relax. And so the connective tissue is really happy if you give it this kind of bouncy, springy input where you're just lengthening it for a short period of time, like under a second or about half a second. I think the research I read was like between 0.2 and 0.4 seconds, about half a second. So it's like just like a little bounce, and then it springs back. And this is really good for the tissue in terms of elasticity properties. Now we round the chin to the chest, and we again grab behind the head. And now instead of bouncing down, we want to curl into a little ball and kind of bounce into the little ball as if you want to bounce with your nose up to your belly button. And we do about 20 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands down, take a deep breath in, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, roll up to standing, take a deep breath in, take the arms up with you, palms touch. Exhale, hands down to the heart, bring the wrists in line with the elbows. Release the hands down, deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plank, step the feet back. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, maybe knees down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, elbows down, glide forward and through. Inhale to upward dog. Stay with the breath here. Keep breathing, hold the pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Start to lift your left heel up as high as you can, so you're high on the left toes, and lower the left heel down as low as you can. One more time, lift the heel up, deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to the right armpit. We come into lizard lunge. Slowly land the right foot outside the right hand. Readjust, move around if you want to, or just stay in a static pose. And continue doing what you want to do. If you want to follow along with me, we're going to start to bounce the hips up and down to again provide some good input for our connective tissue. And we're doing about 15 of those bounces again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. Very good. We reach the right arm back, release the left knee down, bend the left leg, grab the pinky toe side of your foot, and then extend the leg away from you. Relax the left quad now, pull the foot towards you, and move your left hip more to the left wrist. If you want to go deeper here, you can keep holding on to the foot, but then rotate the right shoulder down towards the ground for even more of a thigh stretch. You might want to change the grip to grab the whole top side of the foot. Slowly release. Come onto the left toes, lift the left knee up, right arm still reaching back, deep breath in. Exhale, straighten both legs, reach the right hand towards the right foot. Now we keep the right hand forward, just rebend the right knee, we bend the right arm, kind of like a shield with the right hand. Then we extend the right leg and both legs, reach the right wrist towards the right toes, and bend again. Reach forward, straighten the legs, and bend. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Move the left hand more to the left side edge of your mat. Shift forward, step the left leg through. Now we're making kind of a block with the right forearm in front of our chest. Come onto your back, left leg up, right leg forward. Reach the arms forward towards the right foot. Lift the shoulder blades up. And we just hold here for 10, 9, 8. Internally rotate the thighs, point the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock back. Rebend the right knee. Rock forward, land the right foot. We come up for a warrior 3 prep. Different ways of getting there, didn't really give much instructions. Sometimes you have to figure it out on your own, how your body can move there. Warrior 3 prep. Light on the fingertips, a bit more weight into the right foot, the standing leg. With the right leg straight, we rise up to standing. Draw the left knee up towards the chest. Stand tall. Now bring the right hand outside the left knee. Reach your left arm back and about 45 degrees up. Stand even taller so you lengthen through the back side of your right leg. At the same time, you're spiraling to the left. Maybe even look and rotate your head towards the left hand. You take a deep breath in, reach the left arm up and over the head, forward as you release the spiral and step the left foot back for crescent lunge. Both arms up. So establish your crescent here, what feels good for you. Make sure you can see the right big toe inside the right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms down, straighten the legs. So the left heel is still lifted, and we just move the arms out to the sides and then up over the head. Bend again the legs for crescent lunge. Straighten the legs. Bend. Crescent. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. And bend. And now, when we come into crescent lunge again and bend, we do a double bounce. So we straighten the legs, and then we come into crescent, bounce, straighten. Bounce, bounce, straighten. Bounce, bounce, straighten. Two more. Bounce, bounce, straighten. Bounce, bounce, straighten. Back to crescent lunge. Keep the left arm up, bring the right arm down. We now shift forward, come into the same position where we are standing, knee to the chest. Reach the right hand outside the left knee, left arm reaches back, open the spiral here, and then we step back to crescent lunge, but we switch the leg. So now it's right arm up, left arm down. Come forward and up, spiral, grab the knee, back, right arm up, and come up forward. Come back for a crescent. Two more. We'll all meet back in crescent lunge. And there's a lot going on with coordination, but after a few times you will get it. Left arm up, right arm down, so we switch the arms. From this crescent now we shift forwards into a warrior 3, and then we lift the right arm forward, left arm back. So right arm is up, left leg is up, left arm is reaching back. Step it back to crescent, left arm up, right arm down. Warrior 3, right arm forward, left arm back. That's 2. Keep going. 3, 4, and 5. We hold. Step the left foot down next to the right for chair pose, both arms up. Lift the heels up so we are only on the toes. Take a deep breath in, exhale, forward fold, heels down, straighten the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Knees down, elbows down, up dog. Exhale to downward dog. Let's reach the left leg up. three-legged dog. Lower the right heel down, feel into the right calf, and lift the right heel up as high as you can. Lower down, lift up, deep breath in, exhale left knee to the left armpit, lizard lunge. Arrive, establish the pose. Stay here if you want, or we bounce together for about 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I say about because there's oftentimes one or two more after to kind of slowly bounce out. Let the momentum fade out. Release the right knee down. Bend the right leg, thigh stretch, reach the left arm back. Grab the pinky toe side. First extend the leg away from you, the foot away from you. And then relax the right leg, pull the foot towards you. Move the right hip towards the right wrist. Maybe look over your left shoulder. If you want more of a sensation in the thigh, the right thigh, then you kind of rotate the left shoulder down towards the ground. You might have to readjust the grip on your foot since you're moving. Engage the right butt cheek and slowly return back to lizard lunge, but keep reaching the left arm back. Lift the right knee up, deep breath in. Exhale, lizard reaches, reach the left arm forward towards the left toes, straighten both legs. Now we keep the left arm forward, just rebend the left knee, bend the left arm so it's like a shield that we're holding in front of the left side of the face. On the exhale, straighten both legs, reach the left arm forward towards the left toes or past and bend. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, straighten and reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and reach. And let's do 1 more. Because it feels so nice, right? And bend. Very good. Move the right foot more to the right. Shift forward, step the right leg through. The left arm now in front of you. Right arm is straight. And we set the hips down, come onto the back. Right arm up, left arm forward. Right leg up, left leg forward. Point the toes, reach both arms forward towards the left toes. Lift the shoulder blades up, draw the belly in. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean back, bend the left leg. Maybe right toes are touching the ground while keeping the right leg straight. Use the momentum to come forward, plant the left foot down. Warrior 3 prep. Right leg up, fingertips in front of you. Readjust if you need to. Bring more weight into the left foot so your standing leg is very nice and active and strong. More of an active stretch. And with that strong standing leg, you're rising up to stand on it fully. Right knee up to the chest. Left hand outside the right knee. Right arm is reaching back for this standing, spiraling, opening position. Look to the right hand. Maybe bring the right arm up 45 degrees. Draw the belly in. Stand tall from the back side of your left leg. And then deep breath in, reach the right arm up and over the head. Forward, release the right leg, crescent lunge, step the right foot back. Big step, both arms up. First establish the pose, the position. Come back to the breath, to your intention. So this is a bit of a more dynamic practice today, but as I said in the beginning, it's very valuable input for our fascia. Release the arms down, straighten both legs, lift both arms up, crescent lunge. Arms down, straighten, and lift. Lower, and lift the arms. Lower, crescent lunge. Lower, straighten the legs. Arms up, crescent lunge. One more. Crescent lunge. And so now we do about five more, but we do a double bounce in between. So it's bounce, bounce, straighten the legs, lower the arms down. Bounce, bounce, straighten the legs, arms down. Crescent lunge, bounce, bounce, straight legs, arms down. Two more. Bounce, 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 bounce. Back to crescent. And now we have the left arm up, right arm down. We come forward to the spiraling position. And we step it back to a crescent. Left arm up, right arm down. Come forward, standing, spiral. And back to crescent. Left arm up, right arm down. Three more. Try to move really nice and controlled, slow. Pay attention to the feet. Last one. That's usually where most people have some challenges. And now we switch the arms. So right arm up, left arm down. We shift forward and come into a warrior 3, but only one arm is reaching forward, one arm is reaching back. As we come forward, we switch the arms. So shift forward, right leg up, left arm comes forward, right arm back. Back to crescent lunge, right arm up, left arm down. Warrior 3, left arm forward, right arm back. Crescent lunge, right arm up, left arm down. Three more. Two more. And last one. We hold. Step the right foot next to the left for chair pose. Both arms up. Lift the heels up. Draw the belly in. Bend the knees a bit more. And heels down, straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend your knees, roll up to standing. Take the arms with you as you continue to inhale, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Wrists in line with the elbows. Release the hands down. Inhale, arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Bend or straight legs, up to you. Inhale, lift up halfway to lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float straight to chaturanga. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. And now we lower slowly through chaturanga. So you have to shift forward all the way down. Once you're down, untuck the toes, lift everything up. Inhale. Exhale, press up to plank. Start to inhale, lower all the way down. We lift everything up, still inhaling. Now start to exhale, press up to plank. Start to inhale, lower all the way down through chaturanga. Lift everything up. And exhale, plank, press up. Two more. Last one. Plank. Okay, one more last one. So we can meet in locust, lift everything up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, lift the thighs, the feet higher up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms out to the side, stay lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And arms forward over the head. Lift everything up. Last push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Shake out the hips. And push back to Balasana, Child's Pose. If you want to do any up dog before that, go ahead. Slow the breath down, return to that calm cadence of a breath through the nose. Keep the lips sealed. Come back to your intention. Now the intensity is over, and it depends how you went through it. What was the voice in your head telling you as things got more challenging? Were you able to stay calm and balanced even with the thoughts? Maybe a space of no thoughts. Was the breath slow through the nose, slow rhythm? So all these things we can look at, knowing that we gave our best. And we are still good humans, beautiful humans. You are still an incredible person. But for our own practice, we can look at those things and see what happens. How can we modify and do it different next time? What is there to be learned? How do we react to challenging situations? Slowly push yourself up. If you want to do anything else now before we kind of slow down the practice, go for it. And I will meet you in a seated straddle forward fold. So you can do like a float with both legs through, or lean to the side and then just bring the legs forward into a seated straddle forward fold. I will rotate to my side. You can do whatever you want. Just bring the legs wide apart. And then we fold forward. So if this position doesn't work for you at all, and it's not good at all for you, you can also come into a butterfly that's maybe more accessible for you in this moment. And then you would just come into butterfly, bring the feet together, grab the feet, fold forward and down. It's more intense if you bring the heels closer to your hips. It's a bit more accessible if the feet are more forward. So you decide, and you come into that position. If you're still doing something else, then perfectly fine. Just join me here. We're here for about a minute to finish up. And if there's any variations in this position you want to take, then go ahead and do that. And so from those challenges that I mentioned earlier, how we deal with them here on the mat is a preparation for the challenges outside. This is a very artificial space. You're here on your mat. It's very likely quiet. You have some time. You have some music going. You have a roof over your head. You have, maybe had some water, some food already today, maybe a coffee. So you got internet, obviously. You have some device to look at this content. So you have it pretty well and got it pretty good. And so the practice is to prepare us really for challenges that arise. Not necessarily that you lose all these things, but it's life. Things come up, challenges come up. And so it's about how you deal with them. How do you respond? How do you react to life? It's really not about what happens to you. It's really all about how you react to it, how you respond. And through the practice, we can hopefully respond more from a place of love and kindness and joy and peace. Walk the hands a bit more forward if you want to deepen the position a bit, wherever you are. I think this is already 1 minute, but let's stay in it a bit more. I'll do a side bend here, which I really like to stretch the sides of the body, the lateral line and the obliques as well. So if you want to join me, walk the hands over to the right leg, bring the right arm inside the right foot, inside the right leg. Then you reach the left arm away from you to the left, and then dip deep breath in, reach the left arm up and over the head towards the right foot. As you hold this, you actively reach the left hip down with your own internal strength. And if you can grab the foot, that's okay too. And if not, that's perfectly fine too. Doesn't matter. You're looking just for that sensation, and then you breathe into it. Maybe close your eyes for the remainder of class. And to release, you release both hands down to the ground again. Keep the chest low to the floor as you move over to the left and do the same thing on the other side. Left arm inside the left leg. The right arm is reaching away from you. Deep breath in. The arm is reaching up and over the head towards the left foot. Maybe grab it, maybe not. Whatever is there in this moment is perfect. Draw the belly in, continue with those deep breaths. Lower the chest down to the ground. Let's come back to center. And slowly walk the hands back, push yourself back up. No matter what position you're in, slowly take your time to bring the legs back together. Rotate on your mat again if you kind of changed your position. We'll come into a reverse tabletop just to counter this long and deep forward fold. Take your time as you move into reverse tabletop. Give the body the time and space to open up into this counter pose. If you want, rock forward and back. Not just to counter the forward folding, but also to give the shoulders some love. Slowly release the hips down to the ground. You can come into a comfortable seated position or lay down onto your back. We'll finish up our practice here. Make sure you're comfortable. If you're on your back, put layers on, take layers off. If you're seated, maybe elevate the hips. If you're planning to sit here for a bit longer, if it's just a short time, then however you are right now is perfect. Let's all close the eyes. We now let go of controlling the breath. Allow the breath to return to the natural rhythm. Simply observe the breath, how the air is flowing in and out through the nose as your body is relaxed. Seated or on the back, doesn't matter. You want to be in a relaxed but yet alert position. You want to still be here, present, paying attention to what is and not all the what ifs that might come up between the ears in your head. Fully focus on the breath, observing with curiosity like a child how the air is flowing in and the air is flowing out. You inhale, you exhale, and you repeat That's really all there is. Many problems arise because we are not following the simple protocol. We are not paying attention to it. We get distracted and we follow the stories in our head that just spiral and amplify and get more and more. A lot of things just come down to being present. And all these worries and problems and challenges do not exist if you're present. They're just the illusions of the mind. One of the main goals and one of the first ones in the practice of yoga is to remove those illusions, to calm them down, to quiet these fluctuations, this busyness in your head. So it's centered, focused, present. Let's do about 5 more breaths here. Feel free to stay here longer in your seated meditation. I highly recommend and always recommend meditating on a daily basis, at least 10 minutes. Feel free to stay longer on your back to finally get all the rest that you so desperately need. And rest doesn't need to be earned. You have all the right to simply rest, to sleep a bit more, take it easy, rest. I hope I see you again in the next video, maybe tomorrow. I thank you very much for practicing with me today. And I know it gets old after a while, but please subscribe and like this video and to this channel. It really does make a big difference. We also have merchandise like this one you can check out in our store. And you can also practice longer with us, 1 hour, 2 hour long classes on Patreon. All the information is in the description below. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day. Much love and gratitude. Namaste.